Chandler Banks.
Chandler Bing. Chandler Bing.
Chandler Bing.
Folks, we welcome you to the top of the second. Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. We got a little late start as the venue did change for us. And right out of the gates, the Cougars scores the first run of this ball game off of a wild pitch from Brandon Arvison, and it's 1-0. Melvin Jones here. The cast of characters here in the press box. We are here. We are live from Tiger Stadium and now Cougars Field in New Braunfels. Once again, a little bit of a late start, but we are here. We are live. We are ready. Brandon Arvison now already with 4 strikeouts, and he nearly had strikeout number 5. The count goes to a ball and a strike on Chandler Banks. Banks is the designated hitter for the Cougars as Big B fires. That's low and inside, and it hit Banks, and Banks gets on. And now the hitter in the 9-hole, Deuce Adams, coming up to bat for the Cougars. As now a quick mound visit from Coach Reynolds. Once again, everyone, welcome to Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. We apologize for the late start, but we are here. 1-0 Cougars here in the top of the second district game for both clubs. Tigers lost last week in a pitcher's duel to Johnson, 1-0. Brandon Arvison that night threw 14 strikeouts. Tonight he's already at 4. In the meantime, Canyon defeated Bernie Champion last week 12-0 in their opener.
Now batting for the Cougars. Shortstop number 17, Deuce Adams.
As Adams now comes up with runners at the corners. 2 outs here in the top of the second. And the first pitch from Arvison. First pitch strike. 0-1 now to Adams. Evan Janner in the on-deck circle now for the Cougars. Janner struck out to lead off this ball game. And the runner takes off. And Matt Schindler couldn't get it out. So now the Cougars. Runners at second and third. 2 outs. Top of the second.
We got 2-1 or 1-1? 1-2?
I don't know. Now I know he's got 2 strikes, but what's he?
As the pitch goes to the back net, a ball and 2 strikes
Yep, ball and 2.
to Adams. And that ball is well inside and low. 2-2 to Adams. Janner once again in the on-deck circle. Big B now looks, fires. Janner checks his string and got him. And that's strike out number 5 for Arvidsson. But the Cougars do strike first. And at the end of an inning and a half, Canyon 1, Tigers coming up to bat. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Wyatt, Matt Schindler, and Brandon Arvison all coming up here in the bottom of the second as we welcome you back. The Tigers baseball on Vype Live, 1-0. Cougars. And here's Wyatt coming up to lead off the bottom of the second. The first pitch to Wyatt. Wyatt swings and misses for strike one. 0-1 to Lesper. And Wyatt looks at strike two. No balls, 2 strikes to Wyatt Lesper. Matt Schindler in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And down goes Wyatt Lesper for the third strikeout for the Cougars. E.J. Garcia pitching for Canyon tonight. And right now he has 3 strikeouts as Matt Schindler comes up to bat. And the first pitch goes wide, ball 1. Matt slices it foul, 1-1. Folks, if you're just tuning in, Canyon with a run at the top of this inning, and they lead 1-0. However, Brandon Arvison so far, 5 strikeouts. 5 of the 6 outs are all Ks from Brandon Arvison. As Garcia winds, delivers, swing and miss by Schindler. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brandon Arvison in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And Garcia with the 2-2. That one goes to the backstop. Count goes full on Schindler. 1-0 Cougars here, bottom of the second. These 2 teams, top 2 teams in District 26 last season. They split the season series. Cougars ultimately won the district. Matt Schindler with a walk, and he gets on. Second base runner tonight for the Tigers. Here comes Big B.
18. Who's 18?
As Carter Gardner, the courtesy runner now for the Tigers.
Carter Gardner. Courtesy running now, number 18, Carter Gardner.
And now Big B with a runner on. Garcia goes wide outside. 1-0 on Arvison. Taylor Tracy got a double in the first inning. Taylor Tracy was on fire last weekend. 3 home runs in the Comal ISD Invitational. One of those home runs in that 26-1 throttling of Brennan on Friday night. Garcia now with the 1-0. And Arvison swings and misses 1-1. After losing Thursday night to Victoria East 10-3, the Tigers came out guns a-blazing on Friday, winning by a combined score of 38-1 against Lee and then against Brennan on Friday night. They did lose 18-9 on Saturday morning to Churchill as Carter gets back to first. A ball and a strike to Big B. 1-0 Cougs. Bottom of the second.
Yeah.
Mason Ashlock in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Garcia once again goes back to first.
Somebody basing behind me? Somebody's basing, they're blasting behind us.
Both of these teams last season ended from one team as Arvidsson fouls it off of the net. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Rouse defeated both of these teams. Rouse, of course, defeated Canyon in the 1-game playoff. And, of course, the regional finals. Rouse upsetted the Tigers 2-0 to advance to the state playoffs. Garcia now throws back to first. Carter Gardner, who hasn't ran a lot this season, is scaring Garcia a little bit. Here's the 1-2 to Big B. And the pitch goes wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Somebody's like stereo, in the car stereo behind us is like banging. Come on.
1-0 Cougs. Bottom of the second.
Yeah, they're interrupting my
Garcia.
DJing.
Mr. Wolf getting
And a quick timeout. And
what was that?
Coach Payne is coming to come out. We have no idea what just happened. Brandon Arvidsson was counting out. But no idea for what.
I didn't even see him strike out.
I didn't either. I think it.
Garcia never threw a pitch. He never threw the 2-2.
Do we have the wrong?
I don't know.
So either Arvidsson struck out this is wild, and
So there's 2
Coach
outs.
Payne clearly isn't happy. That was as odd as you can get.
Okay,
So another strikeout.
Yeah, I guess it's a strike.
so there's 2 outs.
It's 2 outs now.
But how's
That was wild and weird, to say the least. Here comes Mace with a run
did
on
he swing before?
and 2 outs.
I don't really know.
I don't think any of us realized what happened. There was no call by the umpire, and Mace looks at strike 1. 0-1 now to Ashlock.
So maybe strike
Nico Ruedas in the on-deck circle for the Tigers.
They changed the rules.
Carter Gardner at first base. 2 outs. Bottom of the second. And Ashlock fouls it
now, right? But should-
into the bullpen
No.
of Canyon.
Ball.
No balls and 2 strikes now. Really want to find out what happened there and why the strikeout was called against Brandon Arvidsson when the pitch was well outside. Carter Gardner takes off. Doesn't matter. Strike 3. And Garcia, he calls it foul.
So he got Brandon's extra strike.
No balls, 2 strikes still to Mason Ashlock with Nico in the on-deck circle. And that's outside 1-2. To tell you how weird the last hour and a half has been, folks, I was told at 6 o'clock that the game had moved locations back here to the jungle. The Tigers are in their road uniforms tonight. So, obviously a last-minute change. What time that was given, I have no clue. But we are here nonetheless. So the assumption now is the meeting between the two of these two in a couple of weeks, and Ashlock goes down on strikes to end the inning.
I'm just lost.
The
Did
rematch will happen
we miss a pitch?
in New Braunfels in about 3 weeks. Nonetheless, Garcia strikes out the side, a walk, and that's all. And at the end of 2, 1-0, New Braunfels. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
We are still gathering our bearings here. Welcome back. The Tigers field 1-0. Canyon leads. Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Weird sequence. This just has been a weird last 90 minutes per se. There was a phantom strikeout call against Brandon Arvison the bottom half of the second inning. We still to this day don't know what happened. So now the Cougs goes off the top of the order. Ryan Janner in the bat against Brandon Arvison. Big B gets the first pitch strike and is 0-1 on Janner.
Nobody out there seems to be upset about that.
And Arvison gets a nice strike. 0-2 now on Janner. Trip Villanueva in the on-deck circle for Canyon. And they lead 1-0. Big B is ready. He fires the 0-2. That one's high and outside, 1-2. Blake Hollinstead in the hole for Canyon. Here's Arvidsson with the 1-2. That one's high and inside that time, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big B so far, 5 Ks to begin this ball game. Reminiscent of last week against Johnson. That one's high and the count goes full on Janner. Here's the 3-2. Janner bounces it. Nico gets the easy out for the first out of this third inning.
Now batting second baseman, number 1, Trip Villanueva.
Villanueva grounded in to Nico back in the second. As Big B fires Villanueva, fouls it off. Strike 1. And now Arvison readies the 0-1. And he fires. That one's outside, 1-1. Tigers host the Syntex Invitational all this weekend, beginning at 9 a.m. Thursday morning. And that one's well outside, 2-1 now on Villanueva. And then the Tigers have Bernie Champion next Tuesday. Then we'll be back on a normal schedule come next week. And big swing and miss by Villanueva, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tigers will have one more non-district game after this weekend. That will be against McCullough next Wednesday afternoon. Villanueva bounces it to who? Nico Riedes. And Nico gets another force play at first for the second out of this inning.
Now batting right fielder,
Here's Hollinshead, who struck out back in the first. And Arvidsson delivers. That one's outside, borderline, 1-0. Believe Coach Payne has found his lineup. He toyed with a lot over the weekend. As Big B fires the 1-0, and he got him with a strike, 1-1. Luke Hudson is playing in left field tonight. Wyatt Lesper, designated hitter. And that ball is sliced, but Sam Macajania got it. Nice play by Sammy. And the Cougars go 1, 2, 3. Nico, Theo, AP, all coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away, but they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
Top of the order of Theo Howard, Aiden Perry. Coming up, 1-0 Canyon. Tigers baseball on Vype Live. Second district game for both teams.
100% righty now.
As Nico now
No more left side.
comes up against E.J. Garcia, and Garcia throws. First pitch ball. 1-0 to Nico. Here's Garcia with the 1-0. Nico swings and miss. 1-1 now, Nico. Lopez now going to talk to his pitcher. Once again, this weekend, the Tigers host the Syntex Invitational right here in the jungle.
I'll be with you Thursday.
We will have,
Be here Friday or Saturday.
as far as I know right now, 3 of the 4 games slotted in right here. It will be on Vype pay-per-view this weekend, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. And Garcia throws. That's inside. 2-1 now on Nico. And Garcia fires. Nico checks his swing, and it's high. 3-1 on Nico.
Get on.
Nico was hurting a little bit last Tuesday night against Johnson. His bat woke up over the weekend, including his first home run of the season. And Nico gets on for the first time tonight.
Be Theo.
Here it comes, Theo Howard. Theo struck out in the first. As it looks like Nico just got a quick elbow pad. Nico takes the lead off of first. First pitch to Theo now from Garcia. Theo shows bunt. And Lopez barely misses Nico. Nico nearly picked off at first. Aiden Perry in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And a throw back to first to keep Nico in check. 1-0 Cougars in the battle of the Big Cats. And Garcia delivers. That's outside. 1-1 now to Theo. Once again, last season, these were the two top dogs in the district. Garcia delivers. Theo shows bunt again. Nico gets back to first. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. They have one common opponent this season, and that was Elgin. Elgin defeated Canyon 12-2 a couple of weeks ago. Tigers put those paws on Elgin back at the Hill Country Classic. And Theo fouls off. Bunt fouls. 2-2 now on Theo. Theo won't bunt the rest of this at bat. I've seen Coach Payne do wild things before, though, so would it surprise me? Probably not. Garcia tosses it back to first. I honestly think that Saturday morning the Tigers are just tired. Swing and miss, and Theo goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. That's 6 strikeouts for Garcia with AP coming up. AP's 0 for 1, grounding out in the first. Garcia now readies. First pitch of the at-bat to AP. AP looks at strike 1 and 0 for 1.
No, I'm all right. Can you find out what happened to Arvinson on that?
No balls, 1 strike to AP. Nico with a nice lead on first. 1-0 Canyon.
We both had
Garcia goes wide and the count goes to 1-1 on AP. Taylor Tracy in the on-deck circle for the Tigers.
That's what he said.
Garcia now readies the 1-1. Nico takes off, and AP fouls it. 1-2 now to AP. These district games, always intense. Garcia now readies the 1-2 to AP. Aiden Perry slices it, but it's going to go foul. Nice cut there for Aiden.
Hey, Patty. Ross is taking care of me. It's okay. Ross has got me. Thank you, though.
AP now back in the box. A strike. Ball and 2 strikes to Aiden Perry. Nico takes off. AP bloops it. Single into left field. And Aiden Perry has his first hit of the night. 2 on and 1 outs for Taylor Tracy. Tracy was our Tiger of the Week last weekend. Those 3 home runs over the weekend got him there, including that game winner against Canyon Lake on Thursday morning. Tigers hit well all weekend long. They just couldn't finish it out against Churchill. Garcia delivers. And Taylor fouls it to the back net. 0-1 to the freshman phenom. Sam Macajanian in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Sam got his first bomb of the season as well. over the weekend. And Garcia delivers. Big cut by Taylor Tracy, but he swings and misses. 0-2 now. Sam home run was a no-doubter. No-doubter. Garcia checks back at second, does it again. He fires this time, and Taylor fouls it to the first base side. Count remains 0-2. One nothing Canyon here in the bottom of the third. No balls and 2 strikes now to Taylor Tracy. Garcia checks back at second a third time, a fourth time, and he does pitch it. And Taylor slices it past first base for a base hit. Here comes Nico. He's round the third, and Nico scores, and we have a tied ball game here in the jungle. Taylor Tracy continuing his hot bat. And the Tigers ties this ball game at 1. And here comes Sammy. Runners at the corners. 1 out. Three hits thus far for Dripping Springs. Garcia delivers. Sam fouls it out of the stadium for strike 1. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Garcia readies the 0-1, and he fires. Sam looks very close pitch. 1-1 down to Agajanian. Wyatt Lesper in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Game tied at 1. Sammy is looking at a ball on the strike. Garcia fakes it to third, keeps it in his glove. Here's the 1-1 to Sammy. And that is outside corner. Strike 2 on Sammy. 1-2 now. Here's the 1-2 from Garcia. And Garcia tosses it to first. But Taylor gets back no problem. A ball and 2 strikes to Sammy. Taylor fires. Sammy, nice eye. 2-2 now to Agajanian. And Garcia delivers. Sam fouls it to the third base side. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just a tad bit chilly tonight in the drip. 43 degrees right now. Garcia delivers, and Sam fouls it once again. Doesn't feel as cold as it was a couple of weeks ago.
No, I'm all right now.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Bottom of the third. Game tied at 1. And Garcia steps off the rubber. And now the umpire is getting new balls.
Yeah, I think so.
Garcia now ready's a 2-2. And he delivers. And that's well outside, and the count goes full on Sammy. Sam Sr., if you can hear that. Getting Sam Jr. hyped up. 3-2 on Sammy. That's outside, and the bags are juice of Tigers. Here's Wyatt now. Wyatt struck out last inning. The bases are jacked of Tigers with only one out and a 1-1 ball game.
Yeah, but
Now Wyatt has gold batting gloves tonight.
Those are garden gloves.
you got it.
Garcia throws a ball 1-0 to Wyatt. I was just told by Eric Wolf, those are gardening gloves.
Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
Sounds good.
Conversations from the press box right here on Tiger Baseball. And Wyatt looks to strike one. 1-1 now to Lesper.
He came straight from planting his garden to playing baseball.
Matt Schindler in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Bags are juiced. One away. 1-1 here in the bottom of the third. Garcia delivers, and Wyatt slices it. It's going to be a tough play. And it's safe. AP scores, and the Tigers take a 2-1 lead.
Absolutely. Well, it was a hard play, but still.
E4 on the second base gives the Tigers a lead as Schindler comes up for the Tigers. Bags still juiced. Still one out. 2-1 Tigers. Matt Schindler fouls it off of the net. 0-1 now on the catcher. Big B in the on-deck circle, looking to help his own cause. He's going to have the lead when he gets back on the bump in the top of the fourth. Garcia delivers. Swing and miss for Matty. 0-2.
Good pitch. That was nasty.
Garcia, 6 Ks already. He does have a couple of walks to his credit and 3 hits. And Matty still fighting. Count remains 0-2.
But you swung.
You can tell this stadium is one of the hardest parks that hit a home run out because the balls were just flying last week for the Tigers. Garcia delivers. Matty fouls it near Coach Payne. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. There's hardly any wind tonight, which is a rare thing here in this field. Here's Garcia. He steps off the rubber. Tigers with a 2 spot here in the bottom of the third. They lead 2-1. Garcia shakes off the first pitch, and now he's ready. Here's the 0-2 to Matty. And Schindler fouls it once again. Good fight there by Schindler. There may be a lot of pitchers duels in this district this season. We have another one tonight. And now Garcia. That time Schindler steps out of the box. Wyatt Lesper at first base. Sam Macajanian at second. Taylor Tracy at third. And Matt Schindler goes down on strikes 7th strikeout for E.J. Garcia. Here it comes, Brandon Arvison. Big B struck out apparently last inning. It was a phantom strike somewhere, and I guess none of us here in the press box saw it. So 2 outs now. Bags are still juiced with Brandon Arvison at the dish. Nice pitch there by Garcia. 0-1 to Brandon. If Brandon gets on, Mason Ashlock in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Garcia winds the 0-1. And it hits Brandon, and another run scores, and it's 3-1 Tigers. So here's Mace now, the ninth hitter for the Tigers. Mace struck out last inning. Hayden Dunn now running for the Tigers. And we're going to have a mound visit for Canyon. There is activity right now going on in that bullpen. E.J. Garcia has thrown 7 strikeouts. Not a bad outing, but he's given up 3 runs, 2 walks, and a hit batsman, along with 3 hits. Now with Ashlock being the 9th hitter of this inning, he's going to keep Garcia out there. Let's see if Mace could come up with something magical with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Garcia now, the first pitch of the at-bat. And Ashlock swings and misses for strike 1. The 0-1 to Mace. And Mace looks at ball 1. 1-1 to our first baseman tonight. Mace, of course, been playing a lot of first base. Garcia delivers. Ashlock swings and misses. 1-2 now to Mace.
Come on, Mason. Let's go, Mason.
Nico's in the on-deck circle. 2 outs. The bags are juiced. 3-1 Tigers. Garcia delivers. Mace fouls it, and he sent a screamer out of the stadium. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Here's Garcia now with the 1-2. Mace swings and miss, and strikeout number 8 for E.J. Garcia, but not before the Tigers put 3 on the board. They take a 3-1 lead heading to the 4th inning. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away. But they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
Lopez, Canalicio, E.J. Garcia. Batters that are threw up for the Cougars of Canyon as we welcome you back to Tiger Stadium.
For the Cougars, catcher,
Cougars and Tigers. Tigers lead 3-1 here in the top of the fourth. Here is the catcher, Robbie Lopez. Lopez walked back in the second inning. Brendan Arvison so far, 5 Ks through 3 innings. As Lopez still hasn't stepped in the batter's box, and he does it now. And here's the first pitch of the at-bat from Big B. That one's well outside, 1-0. Long stretch in between pitches. Tigers batted around in that third inning. That one is a strike. Great pitch by B, 1-1. Will Canalicchio in the on-deck circle for the Cougars. And Arvison goes low that time, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. Nice pitch there by B, 2-2. That was a gorgeous off-speed pitch. Now Arvison readies the 2-2. Here's the windup, the delivery. And Blue misses that call. Full count now on Lopez.
looked like it.
Here's the full count now to Lopez. Lopez got an excuse me hit. But Mason Ashlock right there for the first out of this 4th inning.
Now back
Unassisted.
First baseman, number 22, Will Canalicchio.
Canalicchio now struck out back in the second. Facing Brendan Arvison once again. Big B winds up, delivers. That one's low, 1-0. 5 Ks so far for Big B. 2 walks and a hit batsman. And Arvison delivers. Yeah. Nice pitch inside for strike 1.
Nasty.
A ball and a strike now to Canalicchio. Canalicchio fouls it towards the third base side. A ball and 2 strikes. 3-1 Tigers. Top of the 4th. Brandon Arvison is dealing. Canalicchio fouls it that time to the first base side. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. No one on, 1 out. 3-1 Tigers. Here's Arvison with the 1-2. Canalicchio fouls it once again to the first base side. Count remains still a ball and 2 strikes. E.J. Garcia in the on-deck circle for the Cougars as Brandon Arvison readies the 1-2. That's outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Canalicchio. Arvison delivers. Got him! Looking. And that's strikeout number 6 for Big B. And with 2 outs, the pitcher, E.J. Garcia, comes up for Canyon.
Number 5, E.J. Garcia.
Garcia 0 for 1, striking out. Back in the second. 2 pitchers now in the bullpen for Canyon. Brandon Arvison is dealing. He fires first pitch, strike 1. 0-1 to E.J. Garcia Isaac Y in the on deck circle for Canyon. Nice. Now, Brandon Arvison is just painting these corners right now. 0-2 now to Garcia. Here's Big B with the 0-2. Garcia fouls it off. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Garcia back in the batter's box. Brandon Arvison, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Delivers. Got him! That's 7 strikeouts for Brandon Arvison. And that retires the side. No hits, no runs, no errors, no one left on. At the end of 3 1/2, Tigers lead 3-1. This is Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Nico Ruedas, the top of the order, and Theo Howard and Aiden Perry. All due up here in the bottom of the 3rd. Welcome back to the jungle. Tigers Field on the campus of Dripping Springs High School. Tigers baseball on Vype Live. Tigers lead the Cougars from Canyon 3-1. As Nico comes up to lead off this bottom of the 4th. Nico drew a walk last inning. And he leads off for the 2nd consecutive inning. Garcia still on the bump right now for Canyon. And the first pitch of this inning goes outside corner for strike 1. That looks like it was well outside. Nonetheless, 0-1 on Nico. Garcia now with the windup. Same location, same result. 0-2 now to Nico. Theo Howard in the on-deck circle for Dripping Springs. Nico, that's the ball. 1-2 now on Ruedas. Nico back in the batter's box. And the pitch goes low, bounces off of the glove of Lopez. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia delivers. Swings and miss. Does Nico. 7th strikeout for E.J. Garcia. 8 strikeouts. And here comes Theo. With no one on and 1 out. Theo has struck out both plate appearances. As Garcia delivers. Outside corner. Ball 1. 1-0 now to Theo Howard. Aiden Perry in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Garcia delivers. And Theo fouls it. Nice cut there. 1-1. A ball and a strike to Theo Howard. 3-1 Tigers lead here in the bottom of the 4th. And Theo gets that call. 2 balls and a strike now on Howard. Theo Howard pops it up, and it's high. And it is caught out there for the second out of this inning. Here's AP now. AP is 1 for 2, but started the rally. They got the Tigers across the board last inning. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th, 3-1 Tigers. Aiden Perry hits it high, and it's going to float in the right field for the 3rd out of this inning. So the Tigers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no left on. And at the end of 4, 3-1 Tigers. This is Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Top of the 5th. Brandon Arvidsson still out there dealing. And he has Isaac Wide to begin this 5th inning. And that pitch goes high and outside for ball 1. Here's Big B. Delivers. Isaac Wide pops it up. Underneath it is Theo Howard. And Howard gets it for the 1st out of this 5th inning. Chandler Banks now up to the plate.
Now batting designated hitter number 4
for the Cougars. Here's Big B now. That one goes low and past Matt Schindler. 1-0. Quick score.
Nice shot, Bane.
The number 7 Texas Longhorns lead the number 17 Texas State 9-7. As that ball goes low and outside, 2-0. We're still waiting on Major League Baseball to get their act together. Swing and miss those Banks since 2-1. Reports came out that if the owners and the players don't come to an agreement tonight, another week of games would be canceled. And Arvidsson delivers the 2-1. Smack down in the middle, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
2-2. That's what he's showing me.
So as I said last week, the only show in town, the Dripping Springs Tigers, the only show that matters. Brandon Arvidsson delivers, and Banks fouls it. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. We have Texas State rivalry right now in the press box. Brandon Arvidsson gets strikeout number 8.
Boom.
As Matt Schindler tosses it down the 1st, 2nd out of this 5th inning.
Now batting shortstop number 17, Deuce Adams.
By the way, the Big 12 championship in basketball begins tomorrow.
What?
So a lot of things going on right now. Of course, that tourney held in this traditional spot of Kansas City, Missouri. The Sprint Center out there. I guess it's the T-Mobile Center now. Something to that nature.
Who's Texas got in the first round?
It was a strike anyway, dickhead.
2-0 now to Deuce Adams. And Adams fouls it to the backstop, 2-1. I wonder if they're at home, he gets a lot of Deuce chants.
That's a shitty thing to say.
Arvidsson, that was close. That should have been a strike. I've given up on this umpire strikes on the night. 3 balls and a strike to Deuce Adams. Big B fires. And that's a strike. And that pitch was well outside. That should have been ball 4. Nonetheless, full count now on Deuce Adams.
We're out there again.
Here's the 3-2. Big B winds up, delivers.
Yep.
Got him! He didn't give it to him. That was the same location. And Arvidsson does not get the call.
That's wild.
Figure it out, Blue.
That's our Big B's third walk.
Now batting left fielder, number 10, Evan Janner.
I'm stunned that that was the exact same location as the previous pitch.
I was closer in.
And Arvidsson did not get that call. Top of the order, and Ryan Janner now up to bat. Arvidsson checks back at first, and he just tosses it to Ashlock.
Right. But it was closer than the white one.
That pitch was, as we said here, more inside, and Arvidsson didn't get that pitch. Swing and miss. Does Janner 0-1. Trip Villanueva in the on-deck circle for Canyon. Arvidsson goes high and outside that time, 1-1. For you Dallas Cowboy fans, of course, Amari Cooper is expected to be released next week. As Adams takes off, and Matt Schindler tells Adams, "Don't you run on me. Do not run on me." Matt Schindler with a dart to end this 5th inning. A controversial walk, and that is all. We played 4.5, 3-1 Tigers. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care. The sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Bottom of the 5th. Welcome back to the jungle. Tigers field on the campus of Dripping Springs High School as Bron Farr, the new pitcher for the Cougars. Tigers, Taylor Tracy, Sam Magajanian, Wyatt Lesper, all due up this half inning. Here's Big B now, the first pitch of the 5th inning. Excuse me, that was Taylor Tracy. And Taylor looks at ball 1. And Farr gets a well outside strike call. Goodness gracious. 1-1 to Taylor Tracy. I don't know what a strike zone is anymore.
There it is.
And that was more of a strike than the previous call, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now on the freshman phenom. Sam McAjanian in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And Farr delivers. Swing and miss. And Taylor Tracy goes down on strikes. Here's Sammy now. Sammy 0 for 1. He did walk back in the third. (3-1) Tigers.
Is it?
And Farr. That's a nice pitch for strike 1. 0-1 on Sammy. Wyatt Lesper in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And Farr delivers. Swing and miss for Sammy. 0-2. Here's Bron Farr. The windup. Outside. 1-2. With a name like Bron, who do you think he was named after?
Favorite house?
Maybe.
Ronnie?
Farr goes outside again. 2-2. Bron spelled B-R-O-N. So you could do the math at home. Parents probably named him after LeBron James. Farr. That's inside. That looked like that was a strike as well. Count goes full on Sammy. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wyatt Lesper in the on-deck circle. Sam gets taken out, and Sam can't believe it. He tossed his bat, ready to walk to first, and I agree with him. Nonetheless, second strikeout for Farr. And with 2 outs, here's Wyatt. Wyatt is 0 for 1, striking out in the second. Got on by an error by the second baseman back in the third. And Wyatt pops up, and that one's high. And it was caught out at second base. And that will do it. Tigers go down in very quick order. 1, 2, 3. And at the end of 5 full innings, Tigers lead 3-1. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Order Ryan Jannon, Trip Villanueva, and Blake Hollinshead. All coming up here in the top of the 6th as we welcome you back to Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. Brendan Arvison, 8 strikeouts so far. Swing and miss that time by Jenner, and is 0-1. Arvison now. Ready's the 0-1. Jenner, he's ready. Jenner swings and misses for strike 2. 0-2. As Brandon Arvison winds, delivers. Strike 3, and Jenner goes down. First out of this 6th inning.
Second baseman, number 1, Trip Villanueva.
Here's Villanueva now going up against Brandon Arvison. Villanueva 0 for 2 tonight. Grounding out to Nico Reyes both times. And Brandon Arvison delivers. Villanueva fouls it out of the stadium and is 0-1. Speaking of the NFL, I wonder how everyone took that Russell Wilson trade today. Of course, it's not official until Tuesday night as the new league year begins, as Villanueva swings and misses 0-2. As an Eagle fan, I'm okay with Russell being down in the AFC. No balls and 2 strikes now to Trip Villanueva as Brandon Arvison delivers. That ball is low, ball 1. 1-2 now to Villanueva. Hollinshead in the on-deck circle for the Cougars. Big B winds, delivers, and got him for strikeout number 10 for Brandon Arvison. 2 down here in the top of the 6th.
Now batting.
Here's Blake Hollinshead. Hollinshead 0 for 2, striking out in the first, grounding out in the third. Brandon Arvison, he's ready, and he dishes. Hollinshead strikes. Nice pitch there from Big B in his 0-1. Here's Big B, winds up, delivers. And that pitch, did he go around? First base says no, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, but it was still a strike. What he been calling all night.
3-1 Tigers. Top of the 6th. 2 outs. Brandon Arvison dealing. That's well outside, 2-1.
Said it was over the plate, but it's him calling it. Right?
This is a new kid.
Yeah, it is.
And that's to Sammy. Sammy's going to have trouble. No, he's not. Easy 1, 2, 3 for Brandon Arvison. Cougars go down in order. Schindler, Big B, Mason Ashlock, all coming up for the Big Cats as we head to the bottom of the 6th. And this is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Bottom of the 6th, 3-1 Tigers. Don't forget, folks, beginning Thursday, the Send Text Invitational with the first game at 9 a.m. against Hayes. And then the nightcap 8:15 against Smithson Valley. I will have that call at 8:15 right here. It will be on Vype pay-per-view as the first pitch of this 6th inning goes as a strike to Maddie. Schindler tonight 0 for 1. Walking in the second, striking out in the third. As that pitch goes fouled, 0-2 now to Matt. Brendan Arvison in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. The 0-2 now to Schindler. Schindler pops it, and it is going to hit the top of the dugout of the Cougars. Foul. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. On Friday evening, Syntex Invitational continues. Tigers against Westwood. Coverage begins at 5:55. And Maddie is going to find the gap in left center for extra bases. Matt Schindler leads off this 6th inning with a double. Tigers in business. 4th hit of this ball game for the Tigers. Here comes Big Brandon Arvison. Big B today, 0 for 1. Striking out in the second. He was hit by a pitch back in the third. As Big B is going to walk over to Coach Payne. We're going to give Matt Schindler a new nickname. We're going to call him Matty Ice.
Number 10.
Parker Cook, now the courtesy runner
running for the catcher.
for the Tigers.
Parker Cook.
As Schindler high fives all of his teammates in the dugout. Here's Big B against Bron Farr. 3-1 Tigers, bottom of the 6th. First pitch, Big B shows bunt. You don't see that too often. 1-0.
This is a good spot to bunt right here.
It is.
Especially down that first base line. Or third base line.
Farr now checks back at second. Big B shows bunt again. He lays one down, and it's a beauty. Farr gets him out at first, but it does advance Parker Cook. And the Tigers have a run 90 feet away with Mason Ashlock coming up to bat. Mace tonight 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Rounding out this weekend's invitational schedule, Eastview back here in the jungle Saturday night. Once again, coverage begins 5:55 right here. Vype pay-per-view this weekend. So Bron Farr with a runner at third and 1 out gets a call, first strike. Nice pitch there from Farr. 0-1 now to Mace. And Farr readies the 0-1. And Mace looks at strike 2. This Bron Farr kid got some stuff. No balls, 2 strikes now to Mason Ashlock. Nico Ruedas in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Tigers lead 3-1, bottom of the 6th. And Mace fouls it to the backstop. Count remains. No balls and 2 strikes.
Let's go, swing. Punch something out there. Nothing fancy.
Getting a little bit more chillier out here at Tigers Field. Farr delivers. That's high and outside. A ball and 2 strikes now to Ashlock. Here's the 1-2 to Mace. And Mace tips it to the back net once again. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Excuse me, still 1-2. It's been a day, folks. It's been a day. As Farr delivers. And Ashlock dribbles it over the second. The second baseman checks off Parker Cook. and that is the second out of this inning. Here comes Nico. Nico, 0 for 1 tonight, striking out back in the fourth. He did walk in the third. Parker Cook at third base, 2 outs. Ron Farr delivers, and Nico takes a huge cuff for strike 1 and is 0-1 on Neek. Top of the order, and Theo Howard in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And that pitch goes just outside, 1-1 on Neek. A ball and a strike to Neek. And Neek swings and misses for strike 2, 1-2 now. Myself, Eric, and Jeff is up here questioning a lot of these calls from the umpire as that ball was right over the plate. Farr delivers. Neek strikes out, and that will end the threat. Cougars are down to their final 3 outs, and they're coming up. 3-1 Tigers as we go to the top of the 7th. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away. But they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
The 4 or 5 sitters, 6 hitters, Robbie Lopez, Will Canalicio, E.J. Garcia, all due up for the Cougars. We welcome you back to Tiger Baseball on Vype Live, top of the 7th. Cougs down to their final 3 outs. And here's Lopez. Big B delivers. That ball is high and outside. 1-0 now on Lopez. Lopez 0 for 1. And no call from the umpire. Apparently it was low. 2 balls and no strikes to Robbie Lopez. Arvidsson delivers. That's over the head of Lopez. 3-0. The line on Brendan Arvidsson right now, 10 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit batsman, and a run given up. And Arvidsson delivers. That's high, and the leadoff hitter gets on. So Lopez gets on.
22, Will Canalicio.
Here's Canalicio, who is 0 for 2. Did strike out twice. As that is Coach Payne out there bringing in his entire infield. No activity in the Tiger bullpen. Another outstanding game for Brendan Arvidsson. 14 strikeouts last week, 10 tonight.
I wasn't going to play any music there.
No.
Canalicio now with a runner on. No outs. Top of the 7th. Tigers lead 3-1.
Double play would be nice.
Here's Big B. Checks back at first. Delivers. And the ball gets away from Matty. 1-0. Sounds like the Cougar bullpen is saying something that we can't say on air. Nice pitch for the first strike this inning for Big B, and it's 1-1. Texas leading Texas State, bottom of the 8th, 9-8. Here, 3-1. Tigers leading the Cougars. And Canalicio pops it. Taylor Tracy grabs it for the first out of this inning.
Just a long ass out. That's all it is.
Here it comes, E.J. Garcia.
Now batting third baseman number 5, E.J. Garcia.
Garcia tonight, he's also 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Arvidsson delivers. That's high. 1-0 now to Garcia. Isaac Y in the on-deck circle for the Cougs. Here's Big B and the 1-0. Garcia gets it. Aiden Perry fumbles it. 4-6. No! It goes over the head of Mason Ashlock. E6. Nico got a little excited there. Nico got a little excited. E6 there. 2 outs.
Now batting center field.
Isaac Y.
Isaac Y.
The final hope right now for the Cougars.
I don't know if you can give him an error on that because he didn't advance.
And the first pitch is nothing. Tiger fans are too happy with blue.
Wow.
Well,
And second pitch strike.
fielder's choice, but throwing it wild, it's not counting.
1-1 to Isaac Y.
Play is not automatic, and he doesn't.
Garcia at first. 2 outs.
It really doesn't matter.
Big B
I'm just gonna leave it.
checking. Does it again. Delivers. Isaac Y is going to get ball number 2.
0 in the middle there, and leave this.
2 balls and a strike now to Isaac Y. Garcia at first. 2 outs. Big B checks back over at first. He delivers. Isaac Y, he went around that time.
Yeah, don't
Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. And now Y is going to talk to his head coach.
Why or it Goiena?
Matt Schindler. Few words to Brendan Arvidsson. The 2-2 on Isaac Y. 3-1 Tigers. Arvidsson delivers. Strike 3. Brendan Arvidsson has thrown a no-hitter. 11 strikeouts for Brendan Arvidsson. A no-hitter, and the Tigers win their first district game of the season. We'll give you all of the numbers, but we know who the player of the game is. Coming up, Brendan Arvidsson, for the 2nd consecutive season, gives the Tigers a no-hitter. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away. But they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
For the Tigers, Brennan Arvison throws a no-hitter for the second consecutive season for Dripping Springs as we welcome you back. Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Tigers grab their first win of this district season, defeating Canyon tonight by a final score of 3-1. Final numbers for Brennan Arvison. A complete game, not a shutout, because they did get a run across. 1 run, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts, no hits for Brandon Arvison. Just a complete dominating game for Big B. Tigers once again with 4 hits. Matt Schindler, a double in the 6th. Taylor Tracy, a double in the 1st, and then 2 singles, one by AP, and Taylor Tracy with a single back in the 3rd as well. Your Dripping Springs Tigers is 1-1 in district play. They go to 7-4 overall. And now we head to the Syntex Invitational this weekend as the Tigers get ready to host their final tournament of this season. What a game, folks. Brandon Arvison, player of the game, no hitter. The Tigers with the first district win of this season. For the best Q8 in the business, Nate Nunez. Melvin Jones saying good night. I will talk to you Thursday night from the Syntex Invitational. This has been Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. What a night. Tigers win. Brandon Arvison with a no-no. Good night, folks.